I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. That's the Special District Association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station, so if there's a news story or event information that you would like to share, you can call us. The number is 970-677-4119. And if you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Thursday program for July 30th, 2020, DCTV Daily News. Of course, everyone wants everyone to be healthy and safe and not spread any type of illness or disease, and the kids and school issue is no different, except that it is a huge social adjustment when children are not able to physically attend school, not just for the kids and teachers, but for the families where society has more than not created an economy in which both parents work outside of the home or there is a single parent responsible for each child. Though data supports all sorts of guidance in a variety of directions to accommodate public health and education, one would be remiss not to look at a big picture of the overall Department of Education and the teachers' unions as perhaps a larger agenda for not moving forward faster with having schools open. Chaos and disruption aren't here by happenstance. There are larger chess pieces on the board making their moves worldwide. But again, let's take it back to our local level. The Journal reports that the Dolores School District finalized its reopening plan on Tuesday evening after receiving approval from the school board, and that's the town of Dolores. The plan includes in-person and online learning options for students for the school year, which will have a 1-week delayed start on August 31st. As of late July, the school district does not expect the school year to be extended further into the summer next year. The district formed an advisory council of medical professionals, business owners, parents, teachers, and administrators to develop the back-to-school plan for students in Dolores. Superintendent Liz Richard said in an email statement that 85% of the school district students plan to return to the physical classroom and the remaining 15% will take online classes. The school district also surveyed teachers and found that about 5% of them had concerns about reopening schools, Richard said. To address their concerns, the school district will install plexiglass desk shields for their reading groups. Art teachers also have requested shields for demonstration areas. Quote, "Our teachers miss their students and are ready to get back to work," Richard said. New guidelines from the Colorado Department of Education do not require students to be spaced 6 feet apart when it is not feasible. But Richard said it is something the school district is working towards. Elementary school students do not need to meet the 6 feet requirement because recent COVID-19 studies have shown young children are much less likely to transmit the virus. Colored tape on the ground and other visuals will guide students on where they need to stand in lines and in hallways to create social distance. The school district also will provide hand sanitizer, thermometers, and gloves throughout the school year. Staff and teachers also intend to work with students with special needs to meet their individual learning requirements during the pandemic. "We will do everything we need to do to maintain their safety," Richard said. The state has mandated the high school teachers and students need to wear masks at all times. Richard said teachers at all grade levels will use masks when they can't social distance. Quote, "We will create a culture of respect," she said. The Colorado Department of Education encourages younger children to wear a cloth covering over their face except during recess and when they exercise. The school district also will avoid organizing large in-person gatherings such as assemblies, field trips, and staff meetings. The Dolores School District created an app called Dolores SD for parents to fill out each morning to confirm that their child does not have COVID-19 symptoms. If the parent does not fill the app out in the morning, school staff will screen the student for COVID-19 when they arrive at school by taking their temperature and asking about COVID-19 symptoms such as a cough. If there is another outbreak or resurgence of COVID-19 cases, the school district will move to a hybrid plan. The student body will be divided into 2 cohorts. The A cohort will go on to physical classrooms on Mondays and Wednesdays, with online learning through Google Classroom on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The B cohort will go to physical classrooms on Tuesdays and Thursdays, with online learning on Mondays and Wednesdays. Teachers will use Fridays to check in individually with students or parents. Because of the large disruption to students' education experience, as well as the possibility of heightened feelings of isolation or loneliness, the school district's plan states that, quote, an emphasis will be placed on training all staff on recognizing signs of depression and anxiety. And here in Dolores County School District, for the Dove Creek schools, there will be a meeting tonight, July 30th at 6:30 p.m. at the high school commons as a workshop to discuss their plans moving forward in August. And now let's take a look at our local weather. It is and will be hot, hot, hot for the foreseeable future, if there is such a thing as that. Today, sunny with a high near 89 degrees with north winds at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, clear and around 58 degrees with north winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. And for today, there is a red flag warning in place till 8 p.m. due to the previous lightning storms and potential for flare-ups for fires. And even with the rainfall we received in the area, it is still overall a dry drought condition as the moisture got sucked into the ground or dried off the top. For Friday, we're looking for a sunny day with a high near 91, which here usually means a few degrees hotter than that. East-northeast winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour, shift southwest. For Friday night, mostly clear and a low around 59. North-northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour, become light and variable by the evening, but those winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour on Friday. On August 1st and the weekend, we start off on Saturday again with a sunny day and a high near 91, with light and variable winds becoming northwest 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. For Saturday night, partly cloudy and a low around 60 degrees. And again on Sunday, a sunny hot day with a high near 89 degrees. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 59. And there is no change in sight for next week. Monday, looking for another sunny day and a high near 89 degrees, and Monday night mostly clear with a low around 59. Again, Tuesday sunny with a high near 89, and Tuesday night mostly clear with a low around 58. And now back to our news. The Journal reports that the Cortez Fire Protection District lowered the fire danger level to, quote, moderate after spouts of heavy rainfall this week. However, a fire ban remains in effect in Montezuma County, a decision made by the Board of County Commissioners and the Sheriff's Office. Matt Shether, Wildlands Coordinator for the Cortez Fire Protection District, decides when to raise or lower fire danger warnings, but his decisions are based on wildfire fuel data collected by the U.S. Forest Service. The moisture content of grass, brush, and dead sticks, as well as the week's projected average temperature and humidity level, play roles in determining the city's level of fire danger. Shethar said that he also considers the intensity and direction of winds, as well as staffing levels of nearby firefighting resources. Weeks before the heavy rains, fire conditions were, quote, as extreme as it gets, Shether said. But around 2 inches of rain in the past week has added moisture in the air and in the ground, reducing the chance of a wildfire. Quote, we want to make sure we are representative of what the fuels are, Shether said. As of late last week, the U.S. Forest Service loosened fire restrictions to stage 1, meaning campfires are allowed in designated campgrounds and wilderness fire spots. The Bureau of Land Management also on Wednesday rolled back fire restrictions in the San Luis Valley, which includes Almosa, Rio Grande, Conejos, Costilla, and Saguache counties. But Field Office Manager Melissa Garcia emphasized in a press release that a reduced fire danger doesn't mean there is no fire danger. Quote, conditions can vary by day and by location, so we urge the public to be careful with fire and use common sense when having fires on public lands, Garcia said. Shethar said that Montezuma County usually follows the lead of the 2 federal agencies and removes the strict fire ban, but the county is drier than Forest Service land because of its lower elevation. So, quote, we need to be careful. Shether said something as simple as mowing weeds could ignite a spark if a machine strikes a rock. Residents can request a burn permit for piles of fuel like sticks and leaves, as well as other natural waste. The Cortez Fire Protection District inspects the pile and the area before allowing residents to start a fire. Shether warned that the heavy rains caused only a temporary pause in otherwise dry conditions, which he expects will return next week. We are still putting out fires, Shether said, and there were 3 big lightning strikes that hit nearby only 2 days ago, a common cause of wildfires. He urged residents to continue to take fire precautions despite the moderate fire danger level. And speaking of fires and fire bans, the Dolores County Sheriff's Office still reminds everyone we here are in a no open fire restriction period and so remain diligent and careful regarding anything combustible. The BLM, as it was noted, just announced that current Stage 1 fire restrictions will be lifted on public lands managed by the Bureau of Land Management, the original BLM, in the Tres Rios and Uncompahgre field offices, and that's effective as of 12:01 a.m. on Thursday, July 30th, 2020. That's today. The decision comes after southwest Colorado received several days of persistent monsoon moisture. Stage 1 fire restrictions were implemented in both BLM field offices at the beginning of July due to the extended periods of hot and dry weather that increased fire danger. The Tres Rios and Uncompahgre field offices administer BLM lands in portions of Archuleta, Delta, Dolores, Gunnison, Hinsdale, La Plata, Montezuma, Montrose, Ouray, San Juan, and San Miguel counties. Annual fire restrictions associated with the Durango Special Recreation Management Area remain in place for BLM lands in the greater Durango area within La Plata County. That's including Grandview, Animas City Mountain, and Skyline areas. Quote, the BLM areas near the city of Durango are, quote, day use only, and overnight camping and campfires are prohibited to reduce fire risk, said Connie Clemenson, the Tres Rios field manager. The recent precipitation helped to lower fire danger in most areas, but the public is advised to be cautious with activities that could potentially ignite a fire. Quote, we encourage the public to enjoy their public lands, as well as to respect the land by being careful with fire and by using, quote, leave no trace practices. That said Amy Carmichael, acting BLM Uncompahgre field manager. Fire officials remind visitors to practice fire safety, keep campfires small and under control, ensure that campfires are dead out. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. Keep a shovel and water nearby to douse escaped embers. Do not park or idle vehicles in tall, dry grass. The heat from the vehicle can spark a wildfire. Do not allow chains to drag from vehicles or towed trailers. Fireworks are never allowed on federally managed lands. And to determine where restrictions apply, the public is encouraged to check with local authorities online at colorado.gov and westslopefireinfo.com. The BLM continuously monitors conditions throughout the area and may modify restrictions as needed. For more information on BLM fire restrictions, go to blm.gov for regional information. And the Forest Service also had a press release regarding fires. It headlined Fire Restrictions Lifting July 30th on San Juan National Forest out of Durango, Colorado, and that was reported July 29th, yesterday. With the onset of monsoon season and the majority of the San Juan National Forest receiving measurable rainfall, fire danger has moderated. Fire restrictions on the San Juan National Forest will be rescinded on July 30th, 2020. That's today. This means that beginning on July 30th, visitors to the forest may have a campfire. In spite of the rain and increased humidity, San Juan National Forest officials remind visitors to always practice fire safety. Quote, fire danger is now moderate, but forest visitors still need to take actions to prevent unwanted fire, said Richard Bustamante, fire staff officer for the San Juan National Forest. Quote, fire safety is everyone's responsibility. Visitors are encouraged to practice principles of outdoor fire safety. So after a whirlwind of cancellation of events during the health emergency for fear of the pandemic so far in 2020, and that's been 6 months now, some semblance of group activities and events are taking place along with the restrictions for social distancing. And that's a phrase not many mentioned before 2020, unless you were following the UN Agenda 21, now 2030 documents and projected trends as set forth by many other international organizations in documents that are available online to research. You can see the quote of National Institutes for Allergy and Infectious Diseases Director Dr. Fauci when he said in Georgetown in early 2017 at a forum on pandemic preparedness that President Trump will be faced with a surprise disease outbreak during his time in office. No conspiring, just information that was out there with knowledge of data we may never know about. Bringing it back home on a happy note, the Dolores County Fair will be happening at the fairgrounds located 4 miles west of Dove Creek at 6798 County Road 3.7. That's happening on August 6th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's the open class exhibit entry. From 12 p.m. into the evening, it will be closed to the public for judging to take place. Then on Friday, August 7th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., it's open for the public viewing. From 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. is their ice cream social. And from 4:30 to 4:45 is the animal show registration for ages 3 to 12, and then 5 to 6 p.m. is the small animal show. On Friday night from 6:30 to 7 p.m. is the checkout of the exhibits. Because on Saturday, August 8th, the Junior Rodeo takes over the facility with no spectators allowed starting at 9 a.m. And unfortunately, the FFA VOAG Advisory Oyster Fry has been canceled this year. For Sunday, the 9th again, the second half of the Junior Rodeo will be held from 9 a.m. with no spectators. They will be practicing social distancing and encouraging facial coverings. Please do not participate if you feel sick at all, it states. Fair books are also distributed throughout town at local businesses, so you can check that out for the categories. And any questions, you can contact the Extension office at 677-2283. And don't forget, Friday night, cruise to Back the Blue and all first responders on Main, meaning the highway between 7th Street, turn around on the west end of town, and at the creek near the Rock Building on the east end of town. Businesses will be participating with local specials, and a great time to drive up and down with flags and or signs and banners showing your support for those who protect and serve in many ways for our community. It will start at 7 p.m. There's no gathering, just a simple drag, and follow all safety guidelines and be healthy and happy that our community is staying strong through this tough year. As of today, the latest report is there is no change in Dolores County as far as COVID cases. There is listed as one that was positive for coronavirus and recovered. And these details and more are posted on our Facebook page, which is DCTV Daily News, where you can also watch the program replay along with news links and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. Again, it's your local community TV station. If you have something you would like to share, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com or call us at 970-677-4119 and leave us a message. Thanks for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. Programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel or DCTV Daily News page on Facebook. And if you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Thank you for watching and have a great day.